Hello. Um, Today is day 10 of deliberate cold exposure. I am not using the treadmill today. I'm very sore from fasting yesterday and treadmill and mowing, so I will not be using the treadmill today. I will pick it up again tomorrow. Um, all right, let's get to this. Got my timer, set to 8 minutes. I do have 3 ice packs in there still. I forgot to put the ice packs in last night, so I put them in this morning. I took out the others. I'm gonna leave in 3, and hopefully it'll get colder as a minute, which should be an experience in itself. It's not as warm today. All right, here we go. Looks like I'm gonna have some water spillage, probably because of the extra ice packs in here. Start the timer. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what kind of results I've seen. As I said, I think I used the treadmill twice last week. I did cold exposure every single day for at least 8 minutes. Most days I did 24 or 16. I lost 2 pounds of, no, 2.5 pounds total of body weight. And then I lost, I think, 2% body fat. So I'm officially, according to my scale, at 28.8% body fat, which is the lowest I think I've ever been in my adult life. I'm excited to start using the sauna suit, which I think I'm getting the sauna pants today, and I'm getting the sauna top tomorrow. And hopefully everything fits. The sizing for the pants wasn't available online, and I couldn't get any answers online as to how the sizing is. Um, Admittedly, I'm very sore. I did use the treadmill, and I did mow the lawn, which mowing our lawn, we use a push reel mower. So, like one of the old school mowers that doesn't have a motor on it. We use one of those to mow our lawn, and it takes about an hour and a half. So I did an hour and a half of mowing and almost 30 minutes of treadmill. I fasted all day. I'm still fasting. I should be able to eat in about half an hour. Pretty much after the cold exposure, I should be able to eat. Which, admittedly, I'm excited about eating. I'm very hungry. I'm also very sore. I'm dealing with some muscular pain that I have to assume is being contributed by the mowing and the fasting combined. I think I probably would have been fine using just the treadmill. Oh, I didn't tell you the temperature. luckily it rained yesterday and it was a cool night. We are at about 13 degrees Celsius, or 2, 4, 6, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. This is one of the ice packs. I got 3 in here with me total. Sorry if you hear that noise. That's my wife inside making me a smoothie for work. I believe I mentioned it before, we are vegans. At work I used to, as snacks, eat about 30 sugar snap peas and 3 oranges, but my wife was not comfortable with me eating with my hands, so we decided to start making smoothies, because that way I can just drink it. We got these things called squeezies, which are reusable silicone bottles that you can put stuff into, and they work quite well. So many unique squirrels around here. Just saw what almost looked like a silver squirrel and a red squirrel. They were chasing each other. Fighting with ice packs for space. Put those behind me. There we go. So I got 2 ice packs in the back, near my back, and 1 up front, near my legs. I did do some measurements as well. I don't have those prepared to explain, but there was some changes. I think it's important not just to weigh yourself, but to measure yourself. I think, in fact, measuring yourself may be more important than weighing yourself, in my opinion. Body changes so rapidly. One minute, 50 seconds left of the first. It is 11:33 p.m. a.m. 11:33 a.m. Got a minor headache today. Just watching nature. Got a black squirrel and a gray squirrel. Looks like they might start fighting over food. I can feel the ice pack on my back. Despite having done this for so many days in a row now, 10 I believe today was, it still feels like it has an impact. That's the first 8 minutes. starting the second 8. I find the best way to break up that thermal barrier is just rub your body. It ensures that no water's sticking to you, which I think is technically possible, and then on top of that, it agitates the water so it gets everything moving again. Feels like the temperature of the water might still be dropping. Oh, seems pretty consistent, which is good considering how long I've been in here. It's kind of what you want. After this, I'm going to pull out the ice packs because if my wife's going to do it, I think 58 is going to be a good temperature for her. It's technically still at 57, but once I take out the ice packs, it'll start climbing a little bit here and there. I'm just blending something again. We technically don't have a blender, we have a food processor, and we use that to blend. There it goes. Five minutes, 35 seconds left of the second. Doing deliberate cold exposure like this, I have seen the most benefits from anything I've done, whether it be consistent exercise or diet and exercise, whether it be resistance training, and by resistance I mean like weight training. I think there's aerobic and anaerobic. I've seen more benefits from including deliberate cold exposure into my daily routine when it comes to weight loss. Even last week when I fasted for 2 days and then weighed myself, I've seen more benefits of doing the 1 day of fasting with everyday deliberate cold exposure. Only 2 days of cardio. 2 days. That's it. Just 2 days of 30 minutes of cardio. Again, I am on a reduced calorie diet, but I think it all speaks for itself, really. I mean, to lose 2 pounds, 2% body fat, that's a huge deal. That's a big change. (28.6% body fat. That's what I'm at now. Lowest I've ever been. Started feeling easy again. Break up that heat. Every time you break up the heat, it's almost like getting back in it. Three minutes left of the second. hi, little squirrel. Hi. You okay? Oh, I think there's about to be a squirrel fight. One minute, 55 seconds of the second. Sounds like she may have added frozen fruit to the smoothie. I'm probably going to change out the water this Sunday. This Sunday will be just over 2 weeks. Sorry, people think that's gross, but I don't have a hose. So I have to literally carry bucket after bucket after bucket of water to fill up this thing. And that's a bit of a process. And I don't want to do that very often. I think it took me over an hour the last time I filled it up. We're coming up towards the end of the second 8 minutes. I officially am having a hard time controlling my hand a little bit, which is a sign to me that we're in a good spot. Still at 14 degrees Celsius despite being in here so long. I think having these 3 ice packs helped a lot. Oh, there it is. Last 8 minutes. Then we'll be done for the day. Again, not doing cardio. In a situation like this, where you're doing deliberate cold exposure, there is some evidence showing that you don't want to do strength training before doing deliberate cold exposure, but you may want to do cardio before deliberate cold exposure. Apparently it can help. I can't remember what it's called, but I'm going to say remove the lactic acid from the muscles. But when it comes to anaerobic exercise, you want that lactic acid in there because that's what helps build the strength back up, helps build the muscles bigger. Now, technically speaking, I think I did hear that it will not make you weaker if you get into deliberate cold exposure after anaerobic exercise. But I do believe what it said, if you're looking for strength and size, it will inhibit those aspects. So it's best to do strength training, anaerobic exercise after deliberate cold exposure. So what I think would be a great protocol to take personally is do aerobic exercise or cardio, deliberate cold exposure, and then after deliberate cold exposure, then do anaerobic or strength training or resistance training, whatever you want to call it. I think that'd be the best. Which, if I had to guess, knowing my wife, that's what she's going to do today. 5 minutes, 50 seconds left of the third. Just break up the heat. Every time. This has been a good one. If I had to guess, because the ice pack's in here. Got 4 different squirrels feasting on stuff in my yard. Sorry if you can hear the food processor. I honestly just appreciate my wife helping me with food. I'm super excited to eat. 4 minutes, 40 seconds. There it is. Always around 20 minutes. You usually get a good whole body shiver. My right hand is kind of numb. Like it fell asleep a little bit, so I'm just gonna swap the watch out of it, move it around a little bit, try to relieve some of that numbness. Three minutes, 40 seconds. Tomorrow, I think I'll do an update on what my body looks like. I'm sure you guys see it a little bit when I get in and out of water, but I'll do a towel spin around looky look thing again. Seriously, if you haven't done this yet, I do recommend it. I don't know if I'll ever stop doing it. To be honest, mentally, it's made me feel so much better, and I'm seeing such changes in my body. I don't know if I could abandon this. A minute, 40 seconds left. Coming up on 1 minute. Let's just break up that water real quick. Get a little bit more exposure going. apparently displaced some water. Temperature slightly went up. Only slightly. I'd say it's like 14.25 degrees Celsius right now. Or maybe 68 finally. It's at 67. There we go. That's it. Thanks for joining. See you tomorrow.